One more thing I want to talk about here today before I go. I talked yesterday about how the arguments that the left makes against high-capacity magazines, actually standard capacity magazines, is that they'll save lives because, people can attack a gunman while they're reloading. Now, this argument based on time frames that they have pulled out of their ass doesn't make a lot of sense. Because here's what they're saying. I have heard them say everything from, the 10 seconds it takes to reload, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. I've even heard one politician say the 10 to 15 minutes while they're reloading their magazines, you can tack them. Well, it doesn't take that long to reload. And carrying two 30-round magazines or carrying 6 10-round magazines, the entire time for reloading for all 6 magazines is probably going to be around 8 to 10 seconds total for all of them. Because you can reload a magazine in like 1 second. I think the left thinks that you're sitting around with empty mags and every time you run your gun, you have to take it out and pop rounds back into it. I think that's what they believe. I'm saying I think they actually think that. That's not the case. There's not a single one of these mass shootings, where they're really just mass murders, that occurred with a rifle, even if it did carry 30-round magazines, that couldn't have been done with 10-round magazines. Would have just been an extra second in between. And this whole idea that people are going to rush the guy in that second it takes to reload, it's ridiculous. When someone's shooting, you're not slowly approaching them, waiting for them to reload so that you can attack. You're getting away from them. You're creating distance, which gives them even more time to reload. And like I said, it doesn't take long. And if you don't believe me, just watch this video on how long it takes someone my age with very questionable skills to reload a revolver. Pew, 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 pew. Pew, 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 pew. As you can see, what was that? 2 seconds? 3, if you were being really critical? That's nothing like what they say. And that's a revolver. I'm reloading a revolver. Even I can reload a semi-automatic way faster than that. So this whole idea that, that time frame while they're reloading, that's going to save lives, that's garbage. Not supported by any type of science, any facts, anything. It's all based on their fantasy that it takes several minutes to reload a magazine and that people are just approaching slowly waiting to attack, which no one of any right mind is doing during such an event. So I just wanted to point that out to people out there that keep using that. We do have to admit to them that, 10 rounds is fine for self-defense and it could save some lives while, from bad guys being attacked while reloading. I will admit that, 10 rounds is probably fine for self-defense. I carry 6 quite often. I'm not going to argue that point. That point is backed up by facts. But this whole notion that somehow bad guys are going to be stopped during those several minutes or just multiple seconds that they're reloading, it's ridiculous. It doesn't take anywhere near as long as they think, and people aren't going to have time to attack them in that time. Unless they are standing in the middle of a crowd and they start firing, it ain't going to happen. Even the stories like the Gaffey Gifford things, they're like, they got him while he was reloading. That has proven to not be true at all. So it's bunk. It's based on fantasy or lies, you could call them. But let's be generous and say fantasies. Because when you look at reality, it doesn't take that long to reload and it isn't going to save any lives.